Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Caroline's on Broadway. It's me, Nick Hausman from 120 Sports, joined as always by WWE columnist for the Pittsburgh Tribune Review, Justin LaBar. And right now, sitting in between us is our guest of honor here before SummerSlam, Captain Charisma, former two-time WWE champion, Christian. Hi, Christian. Thank you for joining us.
I thought for a second there you were going to say joined as always by Christian. You threw me there a little bit.
But I'm not always joined by you. I'm joined by Justin. So
we needed all the charisma we could get.
Yes, facts. Christian, we have a big show here tonight. SummerSlam, live from the Barclays Center. Now, there's a lot of big matches going on here tonight. What match for you is the most intriguing? What do you think is the best bout? The most exciting?
I mean, it's hard to pick out one that will be the best. I mean, I think it's going to be. It's one of those cards that everybody wants to step up and everybody wants to have the best match on the show. So
right.
I mean, I think you're going to see everybody, like they do, put it on the line. I'm looking forward to Cena and Styles. I think that's going to be a good match. I just love the work that AJ has done since he's come into WWE, and I've felt that he could be this performer for many years, and he's a friend of mine, and so I'm glad to see his success. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Christian, something I've noticed with this Styles Cena is probably going to be the culmination of what's been a good summer feud. And while their promos have been really good, touching on the personal stereotypes of you're the indie guy, you're the WWE guy, I kind of feel that AJ Styles has come in, he's put the work in. A guy like John Cena probably sees that. I would not be surprised if AJ Styles goes over, and it's kind of like this is the biggest match of his WWE career, and what a statement that would be, beating John Cena on the second biggest show of the year.
Right. I mean, and then it's not Cena. There's nothing bigger than Cena in the industry. So I mean, that's to put you're putting your stamp on a guy like AJ.
You're already credible being in the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to ask you about Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. I mean, this is a really tough pickle that WWE is in right now, I feel like. I mean, they got a lot of negative press with Brock after the UFC USADA violations going on right now, but at the same time, they have a lot of money tied up in this guy. I mean, they're paying him millions of dollars for less dates than other people on the roster. I mean, is right now a time to build up Randy Orton by beating Brock Lesnar, or is it time to double down on Brock Lesnar and give him a big victory here so he stays a draw?
I don't know. I think that both guys are established enough that it's not going to hurt either guy either way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tough one to call, and that's what it's all about, right? It's making is trying, like, who's going to win this match. That's what you want. You don't want people going, I know who's going to win this match. It's a giveaway. So it's like, I think that's what's good about it. It's compelling that you don't really, there's not a definitive answer. God, I really think this guy's going to win, or it's going to be Brock, or it's going to be Randy. So it's tough. I really can't call it.
Not an answer.
That's great. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I feel like that's my new tagline when I ask wrestlers direct questions. It's not an answer. That's a non-answer. No, you don't want to pick one, Brock or Randy? I put you on the spot here. You don't.
Do I actually have to make a pick?
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I feel like now I have to push you.
If I have to be,
we need the quote.
Yeah, we need to know. Christian picks.
I think Brock's gonna win.
There it is. All right, Justin, you want to take the next match here? Which one do you have on your mind?
Well, I want to go to one that's kind of sliding in there, and it's Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. The title that's now representing SmackDown, and this to me is the build was. It was what it was. They really sold it to me this past week. The go-home show, it was the most energy, the most fire. I bought into it, but I still can't see. I have a hard time seeing Dolph Ziggler win, and I hate saying that. I know it's going to be a great bell-to-bell match. I think he's a great performer, great seller, as we all would talk about. But I feel like if they were going to give the ball to Dolph Ziggler, it would have happened already. I feel like they're buying into Dean Ambrose right now on the SmackDown brand.
Well, with the brand split, you obviously need other guys to step up, and sometimes. You get the ball sometimes, and it comes back to you again at a later date. And it could be that time for Dolph Ziggler. He has the talent. We've seen it before. He has great matches with everybody on the roster, up and down the roster. Great matches. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to win this match and be a credible champion.
Sure. Yeah. And there's that Bray Wyatt factor because he's been lurking around.
That's true. There's a lot of guys that are in the wings right now. But let's not talk about the men. I want to shift focus real quickly before we get to that Universal title match here. Let's talk about the women's title match. Now, Christian, you were a part of the Attitude Era where women's wrestling was treated much, much differently than now. I mean, you have Sasha Banks, you have Charlotte. These women already went, and had a great match on Raw. This is the rematch here at SummerSlam. I mean, what does it mean to you to see the women presented like this as opposed to when you were active in the WWE?
No, it's great. It's great to see the progression and to see how it's evolved to where it is now. They're given the same amount of time as the men on the card, and the same spotlight. And I think that they realized what's in front of them, and they're seizing the opportunity. They're going out there having great matches, and
did you?
The crowd is loving it.
When you were around Lita and Trish and all of them, and they were doing the bra and panties match and stuff, were you hoping that they would get to a point like this where they were allowed to wrestle more than just be TNA?
Of course, I know. Yeah, I know that the women always had wanted that progression to happen. So
Yeah.
they were kind of the pioneers of it. I feel.
Yeah.
And that it kind of has led to where we are today. So I think that I definitely I'm happy
Yeah.
that it's at the point where it is now.
Great. Justin, you want to take us home here? Universal title?
Yeah, the one that is very interesting, to crown him a new title, Seth Rollins up against the Demon Finn Balor for the the new Universal title. The title is going to represent the Monday Raw brand, and I think it's great. You got a great heel in Seth Rollins. You have the emerging babyface in Finn Balor, but I just can't, when I'm making picks, I can't deviate from Seth Rollins. I feel like great heat and beating the emerging babyface in Finn Balor, and I feel like that even when Rollins was injured, we never technically lost the title, that WWE probably knew we want to have him standing tall at SummerSlam as champion. They may not have known at the time there's going to be 2 world titles, but that's the case now. I just have a hard time picking against Seth Rollins. But bottom line, I think this could be the match that bell to bell steals the show.
Definitely has the potential to steal the show for sure.
I was about to say Justin did all the talking.
All right.
Yeah.
But
You cut me off.
I think that I'll pick Balor in this one. I mean, I think that he,
Ooh.
I mean, it'll be a great, reaction, and it's all about shocking and getting reactions, and the stages like this, like SummerSlam, like WrestleMania, are the times that you get those moments. So this could be one of those.
Awesome, guys. Hey, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on 120 Sports. We're going to be back here tonight immediately following SummerSlam at 205th with WWE superstar Sheamus. That is going to be brought to you here again on 120 Sports. We're going to be breaking down the show. This right here, this was brought to you by Lifestyle Authentic. We want to thank LifestyleAuthentic.com for doing the wonderful Talk is Jericho live podcast here today from Caroline's on Broadway.
Did you like it? Did you have a good time?
Christian, how can you not like you and Chris Jericho in the same room swapping stories? I mean, did you like it? Were you happy?
I was happy.
There you go.
I enjoyed it.
There it is. Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back here with even more Pro Wrestling Punditry.